All right, so Dice goes first. Hope this old man can handle himself like Uncle Drew. Fire. I rock with that. Watered down caffeine like half and half. Okay. The bloodstream looked like Apple Maps. I said Apple Maps because you know where I'm going with this. Fire. The steel lifting on lids. The mall open. Nah, y'all remember the lid store when the gate used to open? That's fire. That's fire. Uh, you died in the Klutz battle. That whole setup, I like to see punchers when they add like personality to their raps. I rock with that. That was fire. You belong in the Turo app. You getting whipped by everybody. Slow down, brother. Danny's definitely taking some losses, but he's also handed out some belts too. Slow down, brother. You know how many N words died because Dice was loaded? Crazy, crazy. Even Smack was like, oh, yeah, that was crazy. Dice is loaded because on the flip side, I'm doing the same numbers. Y'all know I love when they bring back the bar and make it multiple bars. So that's fire. When you raise it right, at some point, you got to abandon it. He was talking about the gun. And, you know, salute to people knowing that you got to throw the gun away after you commit a crime. I'm not condoning that, but I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? God was a sacrifice. Last time it got physical for him. Wordplay, wordplay. I rock with that. That was dope. You the only one on Civil War who was alive during the Civil War. That's mad funny. that's mad funny. I'm flip the IV. I'm greater than what you equal to. Fire math bars. Turned your brother Brandon to fast food like Black Sam. Rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, obviously. But that was crazy. I like that. This was a good start to the round. I ain't gonna lie. Dice did his thing in the first. Now Danny goes. He has a rebuttal where he says, I'll pull up your Addy on Google Maps and we got ways to do it. Ways to do it is crazy. I'm a GPS, you know where I'm at. Crazy. So he gave us two of them things, crazy rebuttals to start the round. I can't take credit for Dice's career, but I did have a role in it. Crazy. You got the prize and became my prized possession. Crazy. I did numbers on a couple blocks when I started moving ivory. Nah, son. Danny talking in his first. Danny is talking in the first. They told me the medieval. I took bricks and built a castle. Come on, bro. I get rid of Dice for good. This is Gamblers Anonymous. Everyone shot Dice. Why am I the only one getting indicted for it? Hey, I done seen N-words get killed over trees. This is the happening. Yo, Danny is wilding. Slab rocks the size of Sasquatch, footprint mode. The rapping is impeccable. It's elite. N-words got their background checked in their front yard. That's that OG talk. Still sharp and still on guard. How the F Dice get shot and he's still shaking. I'm sorry, I got Danny in the first clear. Clear. I got Danny taking the first clear. I don't know how, and you know, people saying it's debatable. All right, but I got Danny. I ain't gonna hold you. So Danny up 1-0, then Dice goes. And he said, you like the rebuttal stuff that's so funny. You know what else you got to come up with on the spot? A GoFundMe. That was tough. Rebuttal game crazy. If you lose a child, you got like 17 left. That's mad funny. But son definitely don't got 17 kids. That's mad funny though. I know exactly where you got those parallel lines of pregnancy tests. Broke the building. Crazy. A soul for a soul like Sneaker Con. You know what else got a ghostwriter? A suicide note. Hey, hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. That was crazy. That was crazy. You'll be with your moms in due time like Sean Kingston. Yo, first of all, a lot of people say I look like Sean Kingston, older brother, Kofi Trinidad or something. But aside from that, this is probably one of the greatest Dice rounds I've heard. His round for chess was crazy. This, I don't know. This might be better. I ain't gonna hold you. And free Sean Kingston and his moms. You know what I'm saying? You a ghostwriter. I'll take your word for it. Crazy. Go ahead and kiss your man's goodbye like Birdman. Mad funny, but watch him out. Birdman's my idol. Watch him out. Watch him out. Old head gonna need a jump start like George Lopez. If you've seen the George Lopez show, they jump up to start the show. It was fire. Nah, I like that. He died at 9:30 p.m., but he was survived by 10. Yo, Brethren, that was crazy. That was crazy. The skin graft looked like the outside of a cantaloupe. Fire. Whip it till it lock a little like Scare Straight. I met up with the old friend in the trap. We chopped it up. Then we talked. Dice versus Kid Slade. Book that immediately. I need to hear the drug talk. I'm not going to understand nothing, but I need to see that. That was fire. It was times I felt like my family's portrait was a selfie. Dice be having those lines that be like real, not just haymaker or cute little punchlines, but a real bar. He had a pill bottle bar for real deal. I don't even want to get into that, but this was fire. This was fire. So Dice's second, he was wilding. So Danny goes, he rebuttals the whole 17 left, says, me and your mama finna make 18 and 19. That was mad funny. Sorry, Mama Dice, but that was mad funny. Give a fiend an 8 ball. He get to shooting like MJG. He has a whole like 3-6 Mafia down south scheme. Think he all-star till the dawn trip for a little white. They could find a needle in a haystack. People in LA chat, La Chat, the whole 3-6 Mafia scheme was crazy. You showed up here, a joke, you going out, a human sketch, crazy. Silencer, psst, psst, psst. Now do I have your attention? Crazy. I'll grab the mask before you catch the bullet. That's pass interference. Crazy. Sports bars. I'll shoot dice with the gun under the table. We a Sugar Rays. You ever seen Harlem Nights? That's fire. That's fire. I'm stand up with it like Andrew Dice Clay. Crazy. Shank blade hit your abs when the text ain't working. Salute text. We all know who's going through a personal situation. So I had a rough debut on URL, but you know what I'm saying? Like, even he was joking about it, so we can all joke about it. So salute to him. I hope you figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Your family gonna rock a shirt with the N-word and the mask like Platinum Fubu. The funny part about this is after Danny said it, you could hear Dice going, I don't know what that is. Of course you don't, young man. You don't know about that Platinum Fubu, brother. But anyway, that was a fire bar. Dice brought the animal out as Jumanji. Danny's second was cool, but Dice left Earth. I got Dice clear in a second. So y'all know what it is. 1-1 going into the third. 1-1 going into the third. I hate that. I hate it when that happens, but that's what happened here. So Dice third. He said he got a call from Smack. We had talks of God. Then I got locked in like Marvin Sapp. Fire. You got a daughter that works in Atlantis. Pardon me. Magic City. Crazy. The whole setup, the delivery, fire. Your stomach gonna need a redesign like Savage Fenty. Excellent rap, and that leads up to this part where he says shoot or shoot. God bless Mrs. Myers. We don't, I'm saying, we're not even gonna go into that. I hope everything's good with that. But that was a fire bar. John, put your battle on Tubi because you don't know how to because you don't know how to act. That is mad funny. I do hope John and Danny figure out their issues. We don't want to see, you know what I'm saying, John and Danny beefing. That's, come on, we here for the raps. But that was a fire bar. The figure of Figueroa couldn't figure out how to be a father figure, attacking Danny for promoting his daughter's OnlyFans or whatever in the Lou Castro battle or whatever. Crazy. Figueroa, like, just flipping very high battle IQ. You trying to save a deadbeat Heart like John Q? Hold on, brother. Heart is a god in this. She is a goddess. My fault. She's a goddess in this. You know what I'm saying? She's one of the goats. You don't just, young whippersnappers, pardon me. See how agitated you got me? You young whippersnappers come in here and think you just shoot at anybody. Yo, but Heart, if you do want to battle this guy, I know that you're his favorite female rapper. So if you do decide you want to battle him, I get it. But if you just want to bomb on him because he was out of line for this, I get that too. But it was a fire bar. Let's keep it tall. Hanging out a lot. That's my social butterfly. I rock with that. You put your business on the net like swimming trunks. That's fire. That's fire. Bathing suit has got net and you put your business on it. Okay. When the hospital dress you up, you ain't getting no back end either. Crazy. Only time an N-word put me in the ankle lock was house arrest. Crazy. John told you SMD and that's who you want to battle next. Ugh. We moving on. We're moving right along. The best parallel line flip is by N-word you ain't battle yet. If you seen Lux's merch, he got the 2 red parallel lines. That's crazy. That's very smart. High battle IQ to even put that together like that. Then he goes into like a real dope flow pocket. Only right like a red traffic light. He just has a whole bunch of flows that are fire. Like a Venn diagram, go to the center so she can relate to others. Talking about Mrs. Myers going to let's just move right along. You ain't make a parallel universe where Vicky was clean. I'm not discussing that. Very good round, very good third by Dice. So we go to Danny's round. Soon as we left 106 and Park, that's when you set me free. 106 and Park, free, wordplay. Then I played Dice for my career, called Rex and shot 12. Crazy. That was crazy. Capo is where he at because he worked harder than you. I like this approach. a lot. How is Wusa going crazy, but you too calm? Wusa too calm. Wordplay, wordplay. By putting dice on the table, you're taking a gamble with him. That is fire. Fire. Everything up until this point is fire. I like the attack, and I'm thinking, okay, he about to show dice why he don't even deserve this look. He about to go into that bag, the bag where it's like, yo, this is everything I've done. You just got here, and you think you could take a Danny back. In my head, I'm like, oh, it's about to be dark for dice. It's about to be over with. Danny doesn't do that. Instead, he starts calling dice gay, and a lot of pause-worthy bars follow. How you look like Big Sean is still an N-word that the hoes don't like. Even with good luck, you can't get a chick to blow dice. Come on, bro. Calling him gay your entire existence, you've been tossed by N-words. Like, come on, bro. Like, I don't even want to quote this. Like, yo, come on. You heard I F with boy and girl. I get it was a drug bar, but yuck. Yuck. I don't know what was going on. I know you sparred this with somebody, and whoever you sparred it with, bomb on them, because there's no way they should have let you walk into a battle with this stuff. And then he says, I walk with a switch. Yeah, bro, no. The second half of Danny's round is disgusting. I hated it. Now, the first half, he was cooking. That first half of the third, he was going somewhere. If he'd have leaned into that, it might have got dark for Dice. The whole, this is my legacy bag, that really would have got dark for Dice. But we're left with these gay makers, and I'm not with it. But I'm not going to hold you. Dice does look like Big Sean. That was funny as hell and accurate as hell. So I got Dice taking the third pretty clear. I don't want to debate it. I don't even want to think about it. So Danny won the first to me clear. Dice got the second and third clear. So Dice 2-1. Salute. Now the sponsors cut. Normally I skip a lot of the intro battles on Smack and get right to the battles, but Smack did shout me out here, and I really appreciate it. I appreciate the opportunity, Bees. I appreciate the opportunity, Smack. Thank you, Danny Myers, for taking the Dice battle. That's solid. This was a We the Fans collaboration with URL. I really appreciate this. You know what I'm saying? Dope battle. Dice, we need to see you battle Kid Slade or Los Preem. I want to see one of those battles for sure. I want to see a 3-round battle run for Dice. If you're a sponsor, Dice is definitely a brand to invest in. I want to see Dice versus Los Preem, or I want to see Dice versus Kid Slade. Now, I do want to see Dice versus E-Hart, and I wonder how Hart feels about this battle. Hart should probably battle Danny and Dice, to be honest. Dope battle, you know what I'm saying? I want to see Hart versus Dice for sure. And I did want to see New Jersey Twerk versus Dice, but I've seen Tay-Rock call Dice out a few times. Dice beat Monty, Rock was standing there. Dice beat Chess. Chess is Rock's brother, you know what I'm saying? So Rock versus Dice in 2026, I want to see it, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it tall. But I appreciate everybody involved in the battle. This was a dope battle. Yeah, we the fans for the culture. Always. We out of here.